Hello and welcome back to Black Girl Couch Reviews. I'm your host, Christina. We are back for the finale of Severance Season 1, Episode 9, The We Are. Written by Dan Erickson, directed by Ben Stiller. I gave this one a 9.5 out of 10. Mainly because I was left with a lot of Lady Blue Balls. I think that some of the information was things I either already suspected. So it wasn't so much a surprise, even though I really did enjoy the episode. Love how it was directed, how it was shot between the different characters. However, I felt myself left with so much. I haven't even gotten a taste. So I was a bit frustrated as it all rather led to this climax and then a blackout. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? How long do I have to wait for season 2? And it seems like some time, which doesn't make me any happier. Before we do jump into the recap, wherever you listen to this podcast, Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, go down to the rating section, drop a few stars, leave a review. My social media will be there as well. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you want to send feedback for any of the new shows that I am doing or currently doing. blackgirlcouch@gmail.com. I believe Minx took over, which is a comedy show on HBO Max for this particular show. So if you want to check that out, it will be dropping on Thursday. So let's talk about... Well, there wasn't much. We're just going to go character by character. That's the easiest bit. Let's go with Irving first. Irving wakes in his apartment. He sees what he's been painting. He realizes that he has a father who was in the U.S. Navy, but he himself also was in the military. He has a lot of distinct medals of honor. He also finds a map with an employee directory in his closet, which has a lot of addresses of where the Severance employees are located. What exactly is Audi Irving doing, planning? It feels as if he is definitely looking into the logistics and morality of Severance himself. There are newspaper articles as well that talks about Severance and the political debate around it. It feels as if this is a touchstone type of technology that is out there right now, but it's still infancy phase. At least as far as it is rolling out to the public eye and getting more people aware to where it is actually something that is passed through Congress, through government. Other than finding Bert's name, we don't get much out of that because that's his primary focus. I did find it a little bit odd that he would be able to just figure out driving a car so easily. I felt as if I could have watched him having problems much longer. However, I can also see why that might not be too much stimulating TV, and just the 2 seconds of him being like, what the fuck is this? How am I driving this? And maybe it's something that it's a learned thing as well. Because there are some things that our bodies will be able to do even if we just know how to do them. They're familiar tasks that we do without fully realizing, because we've done it so much that our brain goes on autopilot. So I could also see that being a factor in it, even though I still personally just wanted to see him fucking with the car for much longer. But he goes over to Bert's home, and Bert is already seemingly with someone else. I'm not sure if they're in a relationship already. I don't know. I wasn't clear on it. But you can tell that it affected Irving very much so. And he was upset. And we leave with him banging on the door, yelling Bert's name.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too.
Let's talk about Dylan, since he had a pretty basic task in this episode, which was initiating. Well, he already initiated the overtime contingency, but he also is doing a 2-person job, so he has to stand in a very awkward position holding both buttons at the same time. And he really hopes that this is worth it, assholes, until Milchek gets the call from Mrs. Corbell, or Cobell. And I think I've been saying Corbell all season, or Harmony. Mrs. Cobell tells him what's going on, that they've activated, it's Dylan, they've had this plan all along, which how they made this plan without you guys knowing is so going to be something the board is going to want to have an answer to, which may lead to further security measures. I get that they needed to do what they needed to do, but man, have we not thought about the consequences of our actions at all. And I felt like the one person that did the most damage was given some type of insight on what those consequences would be, but was like, fuck it, I'm in a war with myself and I need to win. But as far as the Dylan situation, we have Milchek. He tries to bribe him with all types of perks that don't even sound like great perks. Oh, I can get you a coffee cozy. Like, how is that something that is amazing? Dylan's like, fuck you, asshole. I want to remember my firstborn or my only son. And he tells him, you have 2 additional children. I can tell you about them if you open the door, as he uses a knife to cut through the tie that he has tied around the door. He ends up tackling him, and that's how we end the episode. And thus, there is we didn't see the other 2 children in the home, so I think this is going back to what I stated earlier, that Lumon preys on people who have lost other people, it would seem. We know that Irving is doing it for it seems, political reasons. Dylan has lost possibly his 2 children or his wife, because we didn't see her either. He only had his son there. My guess is he's lost both, and that's maybe why he needs to separate himself. We know that Mark has also lost someone. Then we have Helly, who we should just go to next, who has the biggest reveal when she finds out that she is the daughter of Lumon CEO James Egan.
Yeah.
My guess is that it was James Egan's voice we heard, because we heard him speak in this episode and the voices are very similar. James Egan is very creepy and looks a lot like his grandfather, and it's even creepier, and I'm not sure what to make of this. Helly had woke at the Lumon Gala that Mrs. Cobell, before she got fired, was going to meet the gallery, or not the gallery, the board at. We see Natalie there, and we see the senator's wife there. They even meet the senator, who is trying to get it passed through Congress, and they all are a part of this group that are trying to build more support, public support for legalizing the procedure. So it's not thoroughly legalized, but we do have a reference of the wife, I forget her name, who says that she has 3 children, but she got through it due to severance, because, and I think that Mrs. Cobell indicated the same thing to Devin last episode, that you don't remember the birth because they severed you, which is supposed to be a great thing, but it also takes you away from a very crucial experience. I know part of me probably in my brain is going, well, because those contractions ain't no joke. Not no joke at all. And I could see I could see childbirth being, to some people, it is a traumatic experience that's going on with your body. Shit's tearing, ripping, you're bleeding, you're going through an immense amount of pain while psychologically going through shit too. I mean, it could definitely be a thing. So it's easy for me to be blasé about the fact that people might be attracted to that idea. Hell, they did it with actually Queen Victoria did it with her childbirths. She used to take not ether, but something, but she pretty much was not doing the work. She was fucked up and out. It's dangerous to not be awake during those procedures, but I guess because she's severed, she uses her severed person to give birth, which is just, it's an ethical fucked up thing is what's going on here, particularly when you realize that these people truly are different people. Not only different, but less than and under someone else's control. And Helly gets the full brunt of this. Not only has she provided photos, all those photos that Milchek was taking of her in the office, she's utilized that to promote, she's using her other person to promote her own idea that this is okay. Then she goes in the bathroom and her father is brought in and he tells her that he's proud of her and that the first time he brought the little tool home, your grandfather would be proud and you thought you wanted one, and now you can give it to everyone and everyone could be our children, Kier's children. And then he says, like, the thought of what that thing did to you or what she almost tried to do to you, further isolating that this person doesn't even see you as a person once again. And that really gets her, because she's making a scheduled speech, gets in her head that she's about to roar the oppression that is. I don't know why you think these words are getting out in the press, ma'am. I don't know how they gonna turn this around, but they definitely gonna turn this the fuck around. But she ends up being accosted by Cobell, who races all the way to the gala to try to stop her from saying what she's gonna say, saying, look, they are gonna be tortured. Your friends are gonna be tortured. You're gonna get away because your innie has that capacity to do so or otherwise, but it's like you have a way out of this. They do not. Even though there's supposedly retirement, even though Mark says that he's supposedly gonna quit, I don't think they get rid of your conscience. Do they? I don't know. I have no idea. But she tells him, look, your friends are gonna get tortured. And she's like, let go of me. She goes on the stage. She says, my name is Helly S. and I am her innie. And we are being tortured down there, tormented. We're under not great conditions. We are being psychologically tortured. This shit is fucked up. Y'all should not be supporting this shit. And Natalie starts to look very concerned before, unfortunately, we're given no more. Was she? No, I don't think she got. Yeah, I think she was taken off the stage by a Lumon executive. Don't remember which one though. But her father being there, I think that's going to be a big, especially after what he's just said about, I can't believe what she tried to do to you, and now you're here in front of him. I don't think that's where you want to be, babe. Like, once again, I really think that they need these people, but for something but they're not fully thinking about how these people have a certain level of control that makes them gods in this situation. But I also get why they feel the need to, like, this is the only way we can fight back. I felt like Mark was a little bit more successful because, of course, he wakes at his home or in the middle of that party. He did tense, which made Mrs. Cobell suspicious, especially as he looks like he's confused. He doesn't know where the bathroom is. He doesn't know who he is. He realized Devin is his sister and not his wife, and that's not his daughter. He realizes that Rickon is his brother-in-law and is so happy during that reading. Like, your book changed my life. He's so into it. He's like, you're an inspiration to me. And everyone makes fun of his voice. What's up with that black dude that pushed him out of the way? Was like, I found your baby. What kind of guy. What is wrong with him? People are so weird. Why would you do that? Do you need the credit that bad? That's really sad if you need the credit that bad. Because he finally gets a moment alone with Devin, and he finally tells her, look, I'm not Mark, but I do want to know why he did that to me. And she says, well, he lost his wife, Gemma. He tried to go back to teaching. He's like, I'm a teacher. Yes. But unfortunately, you couldn't deal. You were a mess, so you thought Severance would help. And thus far, it seems it has been helping. You even hear Rickon saying, you know, I've been giving you a really hard time about the Severance. We all used to be really close. So I'm sorry about that. He says he has a photo of all of them together. It's all leading to the Miss Casey of it all, which I already knew. We already suspected. But Mark finally knows. But all he can say is she's alive before he is switched back to his Audi. But he also realizes that his boss, Miss Selvig, he knows her as Miss Cobell. When he gives the description, she freaks out because she gave the woman her baby and she left. But she did leave the baby in her car seat in a different room that no one else thought to look into. I know this party and everyone in it is like, what the fuck is going on? Because they just popped off and I have no idea what is the context of what is happening. But yeah, I'm glad that Mark got some information. He wants Devin to report Lumon's misdeeds to the press. And I think that they're going to try to make an attempt, but I also think that they can possibly retaliate. So I'm scared. I truly am, of what she could possibly be in danger with now that her baby was all like, I don't know where this can lead. And that was the blue balls that I was hungover with. But really good episode. I really enjoyed the season. I was so surprised how good it is. Probably one of the best shows I've seen this year thus far. New shows anyway. So I highly, highly, highly recommend you watch this. And I am going to be on pins and needles waiting for that notification that it is going to be back on my screens once again. So if you have any lingering thoughts, leave those below. My social media, Lord, I can't talk right now, will be there as well. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next time, peace, hair grease, and black girl magic.